over, starting from scratch. Starting over and starting from scratch. Because, well, I don't know, if you want the foreign music, Facebook not gonna get happy about it. So, we'll start over the live, and we will deal with issues. We had a little session with the music, so now we could get down to start over the live. Everything that can go wrong with the video just now did. At one time, everybody get bumped off, critical mass, and we was doing good. We get back there. We said we're taking calls. So if you all want to call in with tonight, yeah. So share the video. That was a nice little session. Now we start it now, and live cut way. People they're just there. They want to know. Everybody get boot out one time. Jacques-Claude said he was the last remaining person. He's the strongest. Ah, God, oh. That was the weirdest thing. That was the weirdest one. We have a group on Facebook for people who bleed orange. If you consider yourself a pepper and are committed to the cause, oh, I love that. We put out a notice that says PEP members coming from out of town are excused from tomorrow's meeting. A man named Gregory Gayadine responded, Mr. Alexander, with all due respect, miss me with that bullshit. I row in a boat to reach if I have to. I don't care. That is our pepper. This family, boy, listen now. This PEP family, sweetest thing, you know. Sweetest thing. And if we do have a meeting tomorrow, everybody will get antsy. Everybody will get antsy. Yeah? And I want to deal with an issue. This is a very sensitive issue. So, those of you who are very sensitive, my grandfather used to put a handkerchief on his forehead. Baba, I used to call him Baba, Elias Alexander. He used to put a handkerchief on his forehead and sap it with beer rum. Any of you all who are very sensitive, and what I'm about to say, sap your head with some beer rum. Because we are getting to a place where the requests for personal help from me is beyond my ability to give it. Understand that? Some of you think that when you send me a message, yours is the only message I have to read. I had to show people today a bunch of peppers with me, and I showed them going through WhatsApp. I say, see, this carried it, this can't play it, this not downloading it. Because I literally have to choose what I do with my time. I can't press click on every video. See those videos that's come up on my screen, black, with a little play button, that you didn't tell me what you sent me? You waste that send. You waste it. You waste the bandwidth. You waste the electricity. I am not clicking it. If you send me pictures, because I get the worst pictures, I'm not just clicking download. My phone set to not download automatically. And if you don't describe to me what you are sending me, I am not downloading it. I have downloaded pictures and see decapitated bodies and all kind of madness. And I'm not interested in that. Yeah, man. That's one. Two. When you are sending a message to me, my uncle, Conrad Jemmott, my sister's father-in-law, at a wedding said, keep your contribution like a mini skirt. Short enough to be interesting, long enough to cover the subject. And I think if you're going to be sending me a message or reach out for assistance, for help, keep it short enough to be interesting, long enough to cover the subject. Like a mini skirt. So, a lady just sent me another message asking me, did you read it, what she sent me? I don't know how to respond to her that what you sent me is too much. I cannot read it. The first few lines that I read, it doesn't require me to go further. Plenty of people reach out to me for what they consider free advice, which is understandable. Because anything free, if I go in the Chinese restaurant tonight and they say pow free, I not leaving there till all pow done. I like that. You all love pow. Something about the first pow you ate when you was a child, it was like a little present because it was dough, but it was cooked. And inside it was more stuff. I love things that inside them is something else. Kiss cake catch me. Kiss cake catch me with the cream inside. Just because it was inside. How the cream get inside? Kiss cake catch me with that. Pause. Pause. Love a pause. I give it all an idea. I have a lot of good ideas and I just can't use all. So this idea, I think somebody should open a restaurant called Endless Pause. If you do it, you have to give me a subscription for life. I'll come for 2 pounds a day. That is all. If I want any more, I'll buy. But you need to call it Endless Pow. And you have to make all kind of pow. Pow with chow mein in it, pow with chana in it, pow with goat in it, pow with cow heel, try pow with pigtail. The sky is the limit. Pow with cheese. The sky is the absolute limit. Endless pow. And you can imagine that warmer. And you know this has that little color dot. So you could start from purple or black. And then go purple and red. And coming down through the whole, you know, what you call it? Of all the colors. Jesus Christ, I'm using my brain too much. Anyway, endless pows. A pow with a pow in it, that's really not a good idea. But seriously, if you open Endless Pows, I want a membership. A membership to Endless Pows and I will come. Pow with cow heel. Like something. Yeah, I would eat that. I would so eat a pow with cow heel. But you have to take out the bone though. Alright, so no more talk about pow. There's also this other idea called hops and. Same thing like the pow except it's hops and. So you come in there and they have boiled egg and fried chicken, you know, salesman food. Bhaji, baigan, choka, tomato, smoked herring, saltfish, cow heel. And you can have hops and anything. If you open hops and, I want a subscription, I want a spectrum. I want a membership. If you open hops and or Endless Pow, clearly I have too much time on my hands. Yeah, but those are good ideas. And I was saying something and I got sidetracked with pause. But if you were getting something for free, you take it. Yeah? If you take it, you take something for free. If you get it for free, you take it. And I understand. And when you have a problem, you say, you know what? I will ask Philip. Philip will know what to do, which is cool. No problem. And I don't mind helping as much as I could. But it has gotten to the place where it is overwhelming. Now, I cannot say Rachel Murray said it have that already. It have what, Rachel? What it have? Because hops and would have spam. The real spam. You ever make spam? I used to love spam. Cut spam real thin and fry it till it almost disappears, till it's crispy like plastic. Put that in a hops with butter. Spam. I like corned beef too, but I don't like to see the fat, the skin inside the corned beef. That's turned me off. But corned beef and cabbage and rice. I have a real poor man's stomach, you know. Tuna fish, pimento peppers, white rice. Love that. I have a rice cooker just for the white rice because I don't know how to make rice. I don't know how to use the rice cooker, to be honest. Yeah. Rachel, what are you telling me? What are you telling me? The place selling what? I never see an ugly girl yet. Dave Lux is drinking tonight. Yeah. So, to say this, right? Now, if you have a problem that needs an assistance, I am more than willing, if you give me the bullet points real quick, if you give me the bullet points, I'll steer you in a direction, I'll make a recommendation. I know good lawyers, not good accountants, good architects, good engineers, good priests, good pundit, good imam. I can give you people to cry on their shoulder, people to cry at your funeral. I can put you in touch with anybody. But if you are trying to get me to handle your matter, at this point, I cannot take on any more. And I'm saying it and I hear it out sounding. Still send me the messages because if I have some time and I could, I will do it. I will do it. I will do it. But I had to say the other day, don't get vexed if you message me and you see the little tick. If you message me and you see the little tick and I don't answer, but you see the tick, I've read it. I've read it. And if it doesn't need me, because you know what? We real polite. So you say something and I say indeed, and you give me a yeah boy, and then I have to give you a thumbs up, and then you have to say cool. That's a lot of wasted time because it's like 100 of them. It's like 100 of them. So let's agree to this, right? If you send me a message and you see the little tick, I've read it. If it needs actioning, I'll forward it. If it needs a response, I'll respond to it. You don't have to write me back to ask me if I read it because I want to say it's a lot. And I am not saying do not message me. Rachel Murray said have a place selling hops and on Caroni Savannah Road. Rachel, they thief my idea. I want the address. I go in. I want my membership. Hops and. But you hear me, right? Send the things and do not ever, never, ever send me anything that requires me to copy and paste it. Do not ever send me that. I will block you. Everybody who sent me that message that said they got another friend request from me, chalala, 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 I did one action. Ignore messages. Now that's to your detriment because now all the messages from you goes to my spam folder. And you don't want that because you want to be able to send me a genuine and authentic. So put me on a list called never freaking spam. Don't. Because it's too much. And I want to respond. Now I know it's sounding arrogant and I don't want it to sound arrogant, but I don't have an intern. Dave Lux. Note to self. Dave Lux, you're in charge of getting me an intern or two. But until we get interns to check the messages and stuff, happening here. Spend a lot of time on that. So, never, ever, ever send me anything to copy and paste. Never, ever, ever, ever send me, this is the wrong message from you. Should come from Janice because she sounds nice and is more diplomatic. I know her. Janice, listen, I think Janice Lemon Creaky, our PRO, I think Janice could sentence somebody to death and make them feel happy to be on their way. Yeah, seriously. They used to have a place on Western Main Road called Toco Peak, all up on the top there by the gas station, not the gas station, by the traffic light, by St. Mary's Church. And Toco Peak hops, I will never forget, I used to go there at 4 o'clock in the morning. These are people outside waiting for Toco Peak to open, and the hops, hot, you can't hold it in your hand. You cut it with a saw and hops crumbs. hard, flying all over the place. Because they're them softy hops. These are real hops that if you drop it, it will bounce, them hops. But when it open, you smell and you slather on some salt butter and some rat cheese. I remember rat cheese. I don't know why somebody named it rat cheese, what we know as yellow cheddar cheese. But you put some rat cheese in a hot hops. You put some rat cheese in a hot hops and you close it back. And the hops still so hot, it melts the cheese for itself. That's the real McCoy. You know where they say the real McCoy came from? They had a pirate during Prohibition used to bring alcohol from Canada. There is a whiskey distillery in Canada that for a long time was the largest in the world simply because they weren't allowed to make whiskey in America during Prohibition. And he used to bring that and rum from the Caribbean. And when he was bringing it, because he's sailing an open boat, it used to get wet and it used to smell of salt. And other people tried to supply them with alcohol and things, but they used to say, if your bottle smelling of salt, that's the real McCoy, because McCoy was his name. So you know where real McCoy come from. What we're really talking about tonight, we ain't started to talk about it yet. We're talking about this. The never, ever, ever, ever send me to vote for your cousin niece in her bonnet, that she need points to win some prize. Do not. I am not voting unless it's a really cute bonnet, but try not to send me people. I just got a message from somebody say, if she have to listen to this, she need a drink. Okay, so we'll stick a pen there. Let's get some messaging etiquette, all right? Now, this evening, I get messages from people who want my assistance in the pursuit of multi-million-dollar issues that they have. From today, and I told the cabal, the members of the party that run the PEP, the Progressive Empowerment Party, we call them the cabal, I told them that from today, anything that is above $1 million that we have to pursue for anybody, we're charging 10%. Wherever we recover, we're getting 10%. So, think about it. 10% into the party's coffers, because we need money. We need money like a crackhead need a hit. We need money like that. I can't find an analogy. If I think about it, we need money like Enchantishment in a pool. We need money like Rowley in a comb. No, the opposite of that, like a wig. We need a lot of money. So, if you are in a situation where you need help from us, and we are helping you, we would like to ask you to make a little contribution to the party. Start the conversation with this. Dave auctioned me. Imagine if we auction you. How much we could get for Dave Lux? If we auction Dave Lux by the pound. And yeah, Janice. Okay, Janice will handle all of this from now on. I was going to say one more thing. Clearly, it was not an important thing because I got distracted and Dave Lux tell me. Yeah, start your message like this. I need some assistance from you, and it's a time-consuming matter. I'm prepared to make a donation to the party of X amount of dollars. And if you are successful in this pursuit, I will also give you contingencies and a percentage or cost or whatever. Because if I am pursuing your stuff, I could have been pursuing TEP stuff, and the Progressive Empowerment Party is mission 1. Mission 1. Job 1, PEP. Build PEP. Our most important issue right now is money. You know, Paisanaba. You know, well, that's us, Paisanaba. The all Indian people say they have no money, Paisanaba. But we have no money. And we need the money. Max Senhouse used to say that. We need the money. Max Senhouse was my very, 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 very dear friend. A nicer chap you would be hard-pressed to find. Melissa Senhouse is somebody, she's a regular follower of what we do and a great help and an assistance. And every time I see Melissa, I tell her how her father, he was a client of mine in a business that I did. But he thought that in that business that I did, if he's my client, anybody else talk to him about anything else in that business, you just send them by me. Max was a good and decent guy. Good and decent guy, Max House. And he used to say we need money, and we need money bad. Good evening, Susie Elias. It is always a pleasure to have you. And yeah, date night with PEA. No, that won't sell, Jean-Claude. Okay, so we're touching on many important things. Those ideas for endless pause and hops and I'm hoping somebody actions them and gives me my subscription, my membership. Just now, Facebook take out everybody else. So, 682-2110. If you would like to join the conversation and add anything to what we discuss it, feel very free to call in and I will add you to the conversation. Let us see who has on the evening weave. Richard Blaze. Let me invite Richard Blaze. Let me see if Richard Blaze have on his evening. Not invite him to watch, invite him on the freaking thing. What wrong thing? Yeah. Who want to be on the live? Where is Lyndon, man? The night I tell Lyndon that he could come and call in, Lyndon gone. See this guy really have issues? Yeah? Peppers, today was a difficult day, week, month. The Galleon's Passage shut down. Still, you know they named that boat after a boat that sank between Trinidad and Tobago? What I was trying to say? The Galleon's Passage, the original Galleon's Passage, sank between Trinidad and Tobago. So, I don't know what they're saying, but I'm worried for that boat. I'm worried for that boat. And it's good to know that in case of emergency, Watson Duke will come and pick you up on a jet ski. Yeah? Right. So, some of the critical issues that need to be addressed. This is a touchy one. Whole night. Sap your head with Biram. I tell my grandfather, it was the sweetest thing. He put this handkerchief on his head and sap it with Biram. I think that's like too much stress. I think my grandmother used to give him stress. Anyway, this other one. When Gary Griffith, as Commissioner of Police, put out a release and says, nobody blocking any road on his watch. I want to agree with Gary. But, and this is the caveat, but you cannot say that the people cannot protest when those who have responsibility to respond to the issues that are important to them in public office are not doing their jobs. You cannot say that you can't protest. You can't close that avenue of redress. People are protesting because the people who are supposed to do the jobs, not doing the jobs. Not doing the jobs. And people, girl children getting interfered with in the UE, and people, boy children and girl children getting, in fact, everybody getting interfered with and everybody getting robbed, and they're fed up, and they're fed up, and they're damn right to be fed up. So what do? Abandon UE? What are their choices now? What are their choices? And I see the shame and blame thing happening because some people saying that some people want their smoking buddies and the boyfriend and the girlfriend, the outside man, the outside woman to come in without an ID. Frig that. How difficult it is to say, put your guests on a list. Come down to the security gate with your ID. So you liable. You responsible. Do that. That's not difficult. So I find it kind of biswanke. I'm speaking plenty Hindi tonight. That is Hindi for twist. I used to work, no, it's not politically correct to tell you that his name was Vinod Krishnarayan and he was a real nice guy and we used to work together. And his nickname, I can't say his nickname, But he taught me a lot of Hindi. And yeah, Biswanki. What were we talking about just now? Tonight the ADD really, nah, don't call that on myself now. So, until I remember, I will pretend that I remember. If the principal of UWI does not understand that the security of the citizens is his job, fire him. If the head of UWI security doesn't understand that the security of the students first is his responsibility, fire him. Have we fired the head of the regional health authority that allowed Christopher Phillip to die outside the General Hospital? Is that same regional health authority responsible for the St. James Medical Clinic that allowed Mr. Ramdial to die outside the St. James Clinic? Because that regional health authority director, CEO, chairman, whatever the hell it is, obviously doesn't understand that public health, the job description is in the name, public health. And if you're not doing it, fire him. And by the second death in any civilized country, Terence Dayal Singh would have been bounced on his pompous ass. Terence Dayal Singh is the Minister of Health. The buck stops there. I posted for you all to see that there is a law in the United States called depraved indifference to human life. That if by your inaction somebody dies, you could be charged. It's a level of murder, you know, first degree, second degree, third degree murder. There is depraved indifference to human life. It is worse than manslaughter. Yeah? So I want to support Gary, but I think that you can't be this harsh, this fast, if the government not working. If the government not working and the people cannot protest, you will cause riots. At some point, Gary is my boy. You know he's my boy, and I'm telling you this publicly. If you press those people down enough, they will press back. Plain talk. And if we want an arms race and a police state, but I want no part of that. I want no part of that. I want you to know that what should have come out of this is the embarrassment for the principal and the Minister of Education should have forced this into a national conversation. We ended up discussing the police action and not the issue that the children trying to deal with. And that should have been remained front and center. The police in this scenario should have kept the peace, secured the university, directed traffic. That was their role. That was their role. Let the children protest. Give them burning nothing, them pelting nothing. They shouting, they're frustrated, they're entitled. They're supposed to be able to. The Supreme Law guarantees them that right. And you came down on the wrong side of this issue. Came down on the wrong side of this issue. Because they need to be protected. If that was your girl child or your boy child, you going in that school, manish. I'm telling you that. Who interfere with my girl child? I cutting off your 2 testicles with your rusty knife. Strapping you with duct tape to something. And you had to feel that. And if I vex enough, you're eating it. Eat the freaking evidence. And I know I'm saying that we need to protect our children. We have a responsibility. You cannot send children to a university where they're in danger of physical harm and molestation. And it's been going on for so long that they can't get redress. To the point where these children come out, they're so silent on national issues. They're not taking nothing on to get them that wound up and that motivated to come out by that gate and block the gate. Clearly it matters. Clearly it is important. The police mishandled it. And that picture of that police officer kneeling his weight on that boy upper back, pressing his face into that gravel while he handcuffed, that was a disgusting abuse of power. And the inspector who allowed that to happen should have been fired immediately. That was somebody child. And I don't care what you say about law breaking, because last night Sabga Motor Company passed me with 40 cars on the road with D plates, and last time I checked, D plates is not for after dark. D plates is for light up time, between bright light up daylight, between 6 and 6. So when Sabga Motor Company moving 40 Rangers from the south to the north on the Uriah Butler Highway and on the Beetham Highway with D plates, he breaking the law, and every single one of them is a charge. And the police supposed to be charging him and charging them and charging Kiss Baking Company and set an example. And you know what is the sweet and salty irony here? The same son of a bitch that is the man in charge of UE is the man in charge of Kiss Baking Company. Well, look where we reach. Well. The police that can't go and charge Kiss Baking Company for breaking the law, we know for an absolute certainty that they're breaking the law. And they're still getting away with breaking the law. But you could go, and I disagree. And that police officer should be reprimanded and sent to anger management. He is holding. Why would you send police armed to the teeth with AK-47s to face these little children? What were we thinking? Have we lost the plot? Have we lost the plot? They have some places, them police not doing that in Trinidad. And I'm saying this again. Set the tone for the national conversation. Do not ramp it up. Do not ramp it up. There are people in this country that have nothing to lose. We failed them. They have nothing left to lose. Why are we here? Why are we here? Why is this our conversation? Why is this our conversation? Why are we here? Not supposed to be here. Everybody needs to take a step back. The principal needs to be fired. They call a conference. You stunting son of a bitch. You don't know the children in danger. You not getting the reports, fire you. You're getting the reports and you're not actioning them, fire you. That's what we have to do. That's what we have to do. We need to make sure those who get a good work responsible for the job. Responsible. It is the principal that should have get arrested yesterday and the Minister of Education. Lock up them two stunting posers. We didn't do it right. That was not correct play. That was not correct play. They have no defending that. Those children weren't breaking the law the way others break the law. Keith Rowley, David Abdullah, and Ansel Roger have violated the law of protest, abused it to their political agenda, and have never been charged. We press somebody, little boy, child, face into the gravel, handcuffed, and kneeling on his back. Because we could. Because he's a university student that had the audacity to stand up and demand better. That is what we're supposed to be teaching them. They should have gotten a commendation. I don't dwell on this. I know Gary Griffith is trying very, very hard. And I told him, I said, you are a bright light in an otherwise very dim society. Do not let this dim your light. Don't let this dim your light. And I know it's easy out in the stands. I know it's easy in the stands to call the play. I know it's easy to say how you want to kick it, where you want to kick it, who you want to pass it to from any stands. I know that. I get that to the nth degree. Don't get me wrong. I know that work that you take on, brother. Few. I don't think anybody else could have handled it. You are the man for that job. But there is a level of politics in everything that happens now. They are going to judge you, malign you, castigate you, or hoist you on a pedestal. And you can't say it doesn't matter. It absolutely does. Because the tone and tenor of society is set from on top. And the relationship the police have with the public, and more importantly, the relationship the public have with the police, is going to be set by what happens here. And hot on the heels of Lee Hunt getting away, with whatever Lee Hunt get away with, hot on the heels of Chinley, wife, and Chinley castigating a police officer in Forwoods police station. You know who I is? I's a PNM. I have PNM dollars in my jockey shorts. I's a Chinley. He get away. Chinley face should be down in the gravel. Not this little schoolboy. Not him. Chinley face should be down in the gravel. Know who I is? Bullshit. Stick up in. Right there. Mr. Minister of Agriculture, what is going on with the hunting in this country is obscene. I don't mind losing friends over this statement. No problem at all. We need to ban hunting outright until we could understand how to properly manage any kind of hunting. And I still, for the life of me, you ever went hunting? No. Do you want to go hunting? No. There are other things I can do with my time. I understand that you like being in the bush, running things down and killing them. But for the killing them part, I can't get on board with that. But you does eat pig and you does eat cow. Yes. And as Stephen Broadbridge said earlier to somebody, don't conflate the issues. The issue here is about our ecosystem as opposed to animals reared for food. Should human beings be sucking algae out of a Pennacool pack for sustenance? Yes. Yes. Let's all drink moss. Let's all drink moss. No problem. Don't eat nothing. Eat moss. But we're not there yet. And until we get there, let us show respect. Khalil Gibran said the same. Let me quote him properly here on eating and drinking. Khalil Gibran. That book, The Prophet, everybody should read that book. Because The Prophet is like a guideline. This is what Khalil Gibran said. Would that you could live on the fragrance of the earth, and like an air plant be sustained by the light. But since you must kill to eat, and rob the newly born of its mother's milk to quench your thirst, let it then be an act of worship, and let your board stand an altar, on which the pure and the innocent of forest and plain are sacrificed for that which is purer and still more innocent in man. When you kill a beast, say to him in your heart, by the same power that slays you, I too am slain, and I too shall be consumed. For the Lord that delivered you into my hand shall deliver me into a mightier hand. Your blood and my blood is naught but the sap that feeds the tree of heaven. And when you crush an apple with your teeth, say to it in your heart, your seed shall live in my body, and the buds of your tomorrow shall blossom in my heart, and your fragrance shall be my breath, and together we shall rejoice through all seasons. And that is a respectful approach to our innocence. It is impossible to say that we're going to go vegan as a species. It's not happening. It's not happening soon. A lot of people waking up, including myself. I'll tell you something. Bacon is my favorite flavor. in the world. I hate onions. I hate onions with a passion. But I love bacon so much, I will eat onions wrapped with bacon. Bacon is my favorite flavor. And I'm telling you, I am willing to cut down my meat consumption until I am almost vegan. Because we, and I'm dwelling on this long, but we as human beings, if we consider ourselves the highest consciousness on the earth, then we had to kind of act like it. We had to be stewards of the planet. We had to do better. So if we're going to raise animals for food, then let's do it respectfully. And let's treat them with kindness. And the Progressive Empowerment Party actually advocates an animal bill of rights that protects all animals, domestic, farm, and wild, from abuse or neglect or both. And we need very much to deal with it. The lowest rung is hunting. Hunting could stop. Stop hunting. Go in the forest with a paint gun. And it will inconvenience the deer and the agouti thing and pepper them with some paintballs. But don't kill them. Let the animals bounce up one another by the water hole, multicolor, like Juve morning. Trying to understand what the hell these humans doing. But don't kill them. We can't we can't trust hunters, poachers, whatever you want to call one another. There's a kind of gray area. If you hunt it, kill it, skin it, and eat it, is a hunter. If you hunt it, kill it, sell it, is a poacher. And I don't get that. Because hunters and poachers doing the same damn bullshit. You can't be killing pregnant animals in the forest. Think of how we're going to replenish that. Plain talk. So we're going to lose the hunting vote. But I think that we need to ban hunting outright. And Clarence Ramrod, if you can't do the job, step down. They're not shaming that. They're not shaming that at all. But that was a big issue because our Trinidadian people, we nearly eat out the national bird. We nearly eat out all the scarlet ibis. That's madness. Other issues. Man hunting, man on the streets, indeed. Banned for 2 years and open for 2 months. I don't know, boy. I watched them in 2 weeks kill out all the animals in the forest. I see a man holding about 50 iguana. I don't like iguana at all. I left them here, look at eat all. But it's not fair. It's not fair. Why don't one hunter doubles? Went to court today, learning how the system works where defamation is concerned. We'll give you a full update when the matter complete, every next day. I have this picture on my Facebook and it's distressing me to see this little boy face down on the ground. There's somebody's child. At this point, we need Power Rangers instead of Forest Rangers. Indeed, boy. I see him. Alright, this one touchy. Ricardo Welch, gladiator, was assassinated. Before the man body cold, everybody talking who they think kill him, why they think kill him. I think that's a job for the police. But I find it very questionable. Now, I don't defend nobody and the bullshit. See, I come to think like this? Because people capable of shit, and I need to be concerned because Trinidad get to be very, very dangerous. This country is very, very, very dangerous now. But stop sharing name and shame bullshit. Stop playing police. Let the police do their jobs. I ask a question. Where are the rules of procurement for the importation of fuel? Guaracara is the latest company formed. Somebody asked me to pronounce Guaracara because Stuart Young and Franklin Cann couldn't. Yeah? And I'm just trying to wrap up this Friday all of these issues. We getting to a place where life in Trinidad is too hard. Every day is a crisis. Today we're dealing with flood. Yesterday we're dealing with UE. Day before we're dealing with Petrotrin. I mean, we can't stand. We're not living a peaceful life anymore. We just, I don't know. So, I mean, we live since 8 o'clock, even though the first live was just us talking some shit and playing some music. This live though, it's important. Saturday, tomorrow, if the weather continues and they have flooding and it's difficult for you all to come from south or from east or from central, then we understand. But the PEP has its Saturday meet and greet as usual tomorrow. Our management meeting as usual in the morning, unless in the morning the weather is very, very bad. Very rarely do we cancel or postpone. Sunday is the Jericho Project Kids Funathon in the Savannah across from the Archbishop's house, the annual party for all of the nation's orphans. The problem is, if we don't get blistering hot sun tomorrow to dry the top of the Savannah, then it will be a mud pit for Sunday. So we might have to postpone or cancel, and we will know that tomorrow. Yeah? So, I think that's about it. Spoke about the flooding today, and somebody asked me why I don't make some suggestions. And I watched all of the people who came on right after and say, are you new here? This is what we do. This is what he says. Every night we talk about suggestions. We talk about catch the rain, process it, distribute it to solve the drought problem. A nation that you could be up to your waist in flood waters while your pipes dry. Drought and flood same time. Country not working. Country not working. Nothing works. Nothing works. And it's not working deliberately. It's to keep you distracted. And I want you to get yourself ready. We are not perfect by any means. We just committed and willing to do the job. We are not saying that there can't be a better political party than us. Of course there could be, and I wish there would be. So I could stop this. I am fed up to high heaven with this. Sitting down and wasting my whole day in a court today for political, what I felt was bullying. Just a waste of my life and my time. And I wish more people would get involved politically, and I wish serious people would get involved politically and stop just pelting a stone. I'm not going to take you seriously until you actually put some skin in the game, set up an office, you know, get busy on the ground with the people. It's easy to just talk at them. But anyway, going down that road too much. I plan to go Monday morning to UE at 10:30. And that's my plan, subject to change. But I plan to go to the UE South Gate on Monday morning. And if I go in, I'm calling all of y'all out. And if I go in, anybody in the vicinity of UE, bring your sandwich, bring your mobby, and meet me by the South Gate. We'll go live together. And we'll stand in solidarity with those children. Forget the issue about the police arresting the boys and them, the lawyers will deal with that. We have to stand in solidarity with those children until the The principal of UE is either fired or does his job. The head of security is either fired or does his job. You can't let this fade away, because that news will spawn other news, and somebody, girl child or boy child, will end up in trouble. And it's unfair to them, because we are now the elders in society and we have a responsibility to pass a better world on to them. We're not doing it, and we need to do it. So Monday morning, 10:15, 11:15, at the UE Southgate, we could meet and have lunch. Yeah? So, somebody sent me a video of a supermarket in Grand Bazaar. Tomorrow at noon, 19 Stanmore Avenue. If you could make it, come down we there. If you're bringing cheese sandwich, love that. Or tuna or chicken paste. You know, I like to. This is weird. I like, you ever had cold toast with butter? Butter it when it's hot and let it get cold. I like weird foods like that. I like cold buttered toast. I like soggy cornflakes in warm milk. I don't like it crunchy, I like it soggy. So I have to leave it to get soggy. Yeah, I like spam. I told you all of them in this video, the last video, I like spam. But I know spam is like really bad for you. But I used to like to take the tin of spam and just cut it like razor thin and fry them till they get like spam chips. And your whole house will smell of spam for a while. Toast dip in Milo. That is the real flick, brother. That is the real flick. Toast dip in Milo. I can do that all the live long day. Yeah? So, single life, bachelor life. Bachelors just learn to just, I guess, eat anything. But, I mean, I like a good steak, like the best of them. I like going to the fancy restaurants now and then and see you arrange the whole on the plate. No problem. But I a simple guy. I a simple guy. You see Baji Rice? And Irie Bites on Arapita Avenue sells Baji Rice with saltfish in it, Father in heaven. Baji Rice with saltfish and sauteed plantain. No, I just talked to you about wanting to be a vegetarian. But stew oxtail. So Baji Rice with stew oxtail and a nice piece of avocado and some coleslaw. Lord Jesus, I'm hungry. That is my number 2 favorite meal. My number 1, bus up shot. Bus up shot. Somebody sent me a picture of a box of roti skins, partner. It looked like a wedding dress. Fuss it like silk. A good bus up shot. You know. You eat till you can't move. But Baji Rice with stew oxtail. Lord have mercy. All of those kind of things. There's not enough places selling that kind of food, especially late at night. There's not enough places selling that kind of food. TSTT cannot continue to run in its present form. They're going after, I tell you, they're going after everything. In the next 2 years, if we don't fire this government, they're going to everything. They're going to everything. Tomorrow, weather permitting, the South team is doing a walkabout. If you are a supporter or a member based in San Fernando and you would like to go and be on that walkabout, because they have a real good time, link up with Michelle Davis on this live or on my wall. Find Michelle Davis and send her a message, or message Felicia Holder, or message me, and we'll make sure you get on to Michelle Davis. You could look for Missy Chin, or you could look for Derek Lawrenson, or the rest of the South team. I guess we'll all get to know their names firsthand soon. Yeah. So, South team has a walkabout. Raphael Banfield just told me that the South walkabout is actually postponed. Pep gets so big, so much things happening at the same time. We're creating something called a mobilization team, which is a group of us that at short notice will get people at meetings, cottage meetings, live meetings. We want to do our version of a weekly live on television, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night. It'll be Sunday evening. Michelle put it off the next Saturday. So walk about it next Saturday. Anyway, so this was just that conversation. We are going to try to meet tomorrow. So if you want to come, wow. Somebody sent me a picture of a basketball court flooded, the water nearly up at the top. And Trinidad and Tobago, it's not working, but it could. It's not developed, but it could be. It's not first world, easily it can be first world. We could fix all the problems. We have to want to. It is literally a vote away. The Progressive Empowerment Party, and I'm saying this to you, to life, to the universe, to the pantheon of gods in heaven, it is enough for me to know that we tried. It is absolutely enough for me to know that we tried. They have no loss in this game. None whatsoever. We win just by doing this. It's already a victory. We've triumphed over our innate laziness, the hypocrisy of being a Trinbagonian. We've killed the 9-day wonder. We stayed driven and focused on the mission. The Progressive Empowerment Party is second to none. No other political party has had the amount of meetings that we've had in 2 years. We have a meeting every single Saturday. No other party is this committed to service. No other party has, I mean, these members, the Progressive Empowerment Party members, we call them peppers, but they really, and there's so many of them now, and they're so driven, and they're so focused, and they're so committed. You can't bribe that, you can't buy that, you can't fake that. That's love of country or nothing at all. Trinidad and Tobago needs to be rescued by its citizens. Nobody else coming to save us. It needs to be rescued by us. If we want a better country, we have to save it. There is no other conversation to be had. There is no other them say, she say, he say, lesser evil, who thief more, who thief less. All that bullshit done. It can't help you. Can't help you. Somebody said to me, cancer is the best cure for smoking. The doctor tell you, yeah, that is cancer. By the next time he see you, you don't smoke no more. By then it's kind of late, but there are people who could pray on you and maybe cut out half your lung. I don't want to be sarcastic. We have to take responsibility for our life. We have to take responsibility for ourselves. We have to take responsibility for our country, for our homes, our families, our neighbors, our communities. All of that is ours. All that is our role. All that is our responsibility. The nation that we want, the better nation that we want, it is up to us. Our vote, our actions, what we do. Help us financially. Help us financially. I have to become shameless in the begging because we need money. We are going to be spending tens of thousands of dollars doing live broadcasts as regular as possible to take the message as far and wide as possible. You want a better country? Help us. Help us come on board. Help us barbecue. Help us sell boat ride tickets so we don't have to beg. If you don't want to do that, give us a donation. Give us a donation regularly. Send in $100 a month. If we got 1,000 people giving us $100 a month, now cover the live broadcast. We do this anyway. You don't send no money, we're still doing it. The level that we can do it at will be determined by the volunteers and by the donations. Simply put, but what we're doing anyway. So don't stress. Don't feel like we need you to pay us for us to do this. This work locked. And we're going straight to the next election. We're getting ready for that. Which leads me to this. Richard Blaze is the king in the north. Michelle Davis is the queen in the south. Adisa Kamuzu is the general in the east. And we are building out the teams in all of the north, east, and south constituencies. If you would like to be a caretaker, a community manager, neighborhood, team leader, street captain, if you would like to be part of the build out in the organization to the ground and part of that machinery that we call party organization, reach out to Shari Wilson, who is party organizer, Michelle Davis in the south, Richard Blaze in the north, Adisa Kamuzu in the East Trinidad and Tobago. The country that we want is up to us. Where we go from here is up to you. The Progressive Empowerment Party, we are here, the line in the stand, we committed. We have said the mission, we're on for it. See you tomorrow, those who come. Until we speak again, stay safe, Trinidad and Tobago.